So it's a social educational discussion while we chiefing with the chief, right? So first things first, uh, invites. I got cut off prematurely on the last one, and then I got to flip some receipts, so I got delayed in getting right back on. But I'm gonna be taking callers. I have no subject matter, so whatever y'all want to talk about when you get on here, it's an open conversation, and maybe the open conversation will turn into an opportunity for another one to be taught something. In this process, each one teach one. We all gonna reach some, right? We gotta get the people on the land to start coming into the awareness that this is that we past end game now. We filing across the finish line in slow motion, but we filing. It's almost over, but we keep saying for years, the last couple of years is almost over. But the signs in real time has been showing the movement. The movement causes the anticipation of the grand finale or the conclusion, right? So this why it looked like this shit taking forever, because we seeing the parts moving into play, like the Biden laptop, open John Bonet case, tied back into the John Podesta and Ghislaine Maxwell, which ties back into the Hillary Clinton frazzle drop that was on the Podesta's computer in the Podesta files, which takes us to the girl being sacrificed, have her face cut off by Hillary, which then takes us from there to D.C., the political circles that Hillary's fingerprints were on, like Benghazi, like Gaddafi, right? Her and Obama did that because they didn't want Gaddafi to spearhead the ushering in of a gold-backed currency for the whole continent in what would have been the first organized effort of the nations of the continent of Africa to unify their banking system and stabilize their currencies themselves using their raw materials called gold as the backing power for the currency. All of the countries have some gold mines in them, right? Some have more gold deposit in the mines than others, but they all can back the financial wealth of the continent with gold-backed currency. The side effect of stabilizing the currency is you have countries like Djibouti. You got countries like Madagascar. You have places like the South Africa where it looked like a war zone aftermath after the fall of the apartheid system, right? Then you got America killed Sierra Leone's first chosen leader of the land, Patrice Lumumba, right? So all these people will now be able to stabilize government with a stabilized currency. Do you know that if the currency is stabilized, there's really only purpose of political office at that point? Because you're not going to have crime because everybody got money, right? And the ones who are earning their keep, so to speak. So the structure is different under the matriarchy. The man got to go out and he have to go work for somebody else for a certain number of years before he come back home. Why? because he has to experience the world, he has to develop his skills, and he have to earn his way while he do it. So this was what the purpose of a fucking job was. Not this shit they got us doing now to pay taxes. We paying taxes on the taxes that we paid taxes on after we got done paying our last taxes. What the fuck is that shit? That's some real fuckery. Right? So now the stabilizing of the economy. So that ties Hillary right into the assassination of Gaddafi with Obama. Also with the Benghazi thing also ties into Tupac, Assata Shakur, and it ties back into Obama and the Clintons. Remember, Pac said we ain't gonna stop till somebody make Clinton pay. Well, this motherfucker paid. And I'm showing you how it's gonna all come out by recapping what we already seen and know. So, while Hillary is part of the Frazzle Drip, and the Frazzle Drip Club is what became known as the ones who wore the ball print from that movie Lost with Tom Hanks, right? They wear those shirts. They in the Frazzle Drip Club, meaning that they are either a supporter or a participant in what's called a face-off torture ritual. Right? And it's supposed to be a fountain of youth where the old shriveled up Hillary put the girl face on her face and absorb her youth. But she ain't know what the fuck she was doing. Dumb bitch couldn't get it right anyway. Oh, shriveled up, crooked finger hooker. That's how you know that it's not the real Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton fingers is like this because she got rheumatism. Right? So her hands is like this. When you see that lady with regular hands, that ain't no fucking Hillary Clinton. That's a goddamn body double, a lookalike, a substitute, a replacement, an interference, a face over, a body double, something, but it ain't that bitch. The same with old Creepy Joe. You got the long face Creepy Joe. You got the round face Creepy Joe. You got the Creepy Joe that can't remember shit. Then you got the other Creepy Joe that's always talking about some freaky shit, right? But they all different. And don't nobody be paying that shit no attention because they can't see the deep fake. And most of that shit deep fake, right? So now, when these shit start opening up. Now, this is how it's going to play out, because when they connect Hillary to the Podestas files, to the Frazzle Drip, to the Clinton emails, she got her emails. I forgot about Hillary Clinton's emails. Y'all forgot about the deleted Hillary Clinton emails. Well, they ain't deleted, because military intelligence hackers recovered all of the deleted emails that Hillary deleted, right? So now that's going to come out, right? When that come out, on the deleted emails, is you going to find out they concerns about Benghazi and they concerns about Trump, and you're going to find out about they concerns about Gaddafi and they motherfucking suspicions about Vladimir Putin. All that shit going to come out when they recover, or when they do the information drop on the recovered Hillary Clinton's deleted emails. They gonna have the whole blueprint of the setup. Now watch this. The same way that's gonna come out is the same way they gonna find out how they was trying to set Divine Insight up. The motherfuckers think I forgot. I ain't forgot. So when they pulled the emails and the text messages to recover Hillary's. Them other bitches thought that they deleted the text messages. They thought that shit was gone. That shit ain't never gone. All this shit was created by the Army Corps engineers. This just so happened to come from the tech department, and we call it the internet. We call it wireless information systems. This is all military. Don't none of that information disappear. That shit in there. From the first motherfucking computer that took up a whole city goddamn block, to these goddamn telephones, to these goddamn laptops, to these TVs, all of this shit is developed through military intelligence with aid and assistance from the Anunnaki and several other extraterrestrial groups that slowly leaks out technology as they gradually raise the intellect of the people involved. All of the ones who show their brilliance too soon, well, go research John von Neumann, right? Go research Valiant Thor, right? When they start coming out with Tesla technology, the military's been had it the whole fucking time. The only thing they wanted from the Tesla technology was a piece of technology that they called the death ray. The death ray was said to be able to stop in mid-flight 50 fighter planes at a distance of 400 kilometers or roughly 800 miles away. Right? So all this is technology now that we got access to now. We know what it is. We know who's behind the dirt, and we know who's trying to clean it up. Right? And so Big Mama gave me a Cali knock. And so this shit is getting real tense. Meaning that everything is starting to tighten in, and it's all moving around Haiti. I ain't know that, Paige. You know what else? They had a news report about what I've been telling y'all, the JDL in Tupac's FBI file, right? They just had a news article on that. Either took last couple of days. I'm gonna be posting. When I get done with this live, I'm gonna do my posts, right? I got like maybe 10 posts, but these posts got articles in them and headlines to articles, and then it got pictures. You got to read them like a tarot card because the message for you might not be the message that somebody else gets. So it's custom to the person that's reading it to see it. I don't mind when you say that you're going away. I just don't want to be lonely. Hey, hey, hey.
Hello, how are
Hey,
you?
where you
I
chiming
remember
in from?
Australia.
Oh, Aussie in the house.
Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna get anyone on. I wasn't ready.
I told you, fucking with me, you better stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
I was like, "Bye." But then all of a sudden I saw you requested me. I was like, damn, I gotta get in.
Yeah, so what's going on the land down there?
Well, that was what I was like, because like I told you, I'm a matriarch to my nation. We're saltwater people, um, and I'm gonna do the abandonment. Um, so we're gonna hold a ceremony with First Nations, and we're gonna do it the tribal way. So no paperwork, Like we're going to we like the area that we're going to do it is like really there's a lot of celebrities. So again, we're going to use that. We're going to use that for publicity. And the guy that I'm working with, he's taken back his land. He's on his land now. So we're going to do all this, and yeah, and then myself and my brother, I'm a matriarch, he's a chief, and we're going to get it done.
So if you remember the matriarchal structure,
yeah,
right? If all you have to do is remember how the women came to decisions, they had a public forum to discuss the issue,
mm-hmm.
right? All of the people are welcome to observe, but they can't interrupt.
Yes.
The matriarch speak in turn. The lead matriarch is the speaker of the house, the one that oversees it, right? And when they get done and they come to a general consensus of agreement, I agree. Then you turn to the males in the community and say, all government officials need to be seized. Anybody working for the Crown of England and their subsidiaries need to be seized immediately. The sons of the land are obligated by the laws of nature to follow that order.
Yeah.
And you don't have to talk to nobody but your people. This your business.
And that was,
it's family business, right? All you have to do is draw the matriarchs together, call the meeting of the matriarchs. All matriarchs across the island is invited.
Yeah.
Once y'all get there, y'all have the public meeting. Anybody can vex the grievance if you know what the grievance is. Our grievances up here was that they came on the land, they masqueraded as if they were one of us, used misdirection to keep us from discovering who they were. They used false pretense to establish treaty. None of the treaties are binding because they never honored one and have not been able to produce one that they ever honored. So that voids all treaties that they initiated for non-performance. They didn't do shit they said.
Well, we didn't even sign any. So
right. That's because they use people that they bring with them to pretend to be you.
They didn't even use people. Like there was never a signing. There was never a ceding of sovereignty at all. So they've just bluffed their way through. So again, we were sort of asking for the bill of sale, or what you said too, the transfer of property. They don't have that
because none of the clans on Earth, none of us will sell land. It's against the great law.
Yeah, exactly.
So when they said that, that's how we knew this is a point of the contention in the fraud. There's not one elder from any tribe on Earth, whatever land mass you go to, they will all tell you we can't sell the land. Nobody can own the land. However, we can allow you to work the land if you respect the land. If you disrespect the land, we will bring all of the nations from the earth to remove you from the land.
Yeah.
That's the great law. We can't sell earth. We can allow you to work the earth. But as soon as you violate the great law of harmony or law of balance with nature, we have the right at that point to discontinue your form of whatever activities you're doing on the land. It's just that the mothers they the ones have to give the order to the boys.
And that was what I wanted to ask. I'm not speaking, because that's how it sort of goes in our tribe, in our clan, is that I'm the one that makes the decision, but it's it's the men that deliver the message. So in this instance, that way, in the sense of, like, I get my brother, even though he's below me, he's my enforcer in rank, but he is a chief, and so I'm happy for him to deliver my words through his voice. I think that's the way to
So
go.
he would be what we would classify as the tribal general. He's the one that when you give the order, he call them warriors, and the women move out the way at that point because he's gonna do whatever it takes.
Yeah, yeah,
So this absolutely with the structure. You know, I go back over it because a lot of us been so westernized, we don't remember the rules, the methods by which we exercise law on the land. So I gotta explain it, and the parts that you know what I'm talking about. And then when I fill in the blanks, the other people that's onlookers also become aware. Right? So now they know how to start to restructure. We can take this back one city at a time with the women, the mothers in that city coming to agreement that we finna change this. And they give the males, they tell the boys, the men in the community, everything stop moving until we straighten these issues out. And when whatever the grievances is of the local community, most of our grievances generally the same. There's a fraud acting like they are government that don't belong here under false pretenses, and they're a hostile agent. At that point, all of the men know that anything dealing with the governmental system is seized. And then you come back and get a report to the mothers and say, okay, how do you want to dispose of the matter? And then they say, well, this is what you've been dealing with. And then they have to give you an accounting, a record. Read the investigation to the mothers in public. This is what we discovered.
yeah,
Right? And then the mothers will have an open floor discussion about the different techniques to deal with the situation. And they'll take suggestions from any one of the chiefs that has an idea how to solve the problem, whatever it is.
yeah, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's happening, and I just, like, while I've got you on here, so I had a dream that a gold key was put in my hand. That was it. There was no
The gold key
I
is
can't see anything around it. I don't know who gave it to me, but it was a gold key that just got sat in my hand.
the gold key is the rulership key. So you may well be the grand matriarch of the island, and you assume the function by calling all of the matriarchs to a meeting.
Which I
That's how
am,
you
like,
that's how you exercise the key.
yeah,
You put the call out across the land that it is time to restore the land back to its original form and to serve eviction on all of the imposters.
yeah,
They know in their heart when you give the call, they can't resist. It's gonna be like a magnetic draw to the call for the matriarchs to recover the land. Once y'all assert jurisdiction, then it's the men's responsibility to exercise the cleanup. All relief efforts go through the men. Y'all just tell them where the relief efforts is needed. This is why you call in all the mothers across the land, because there might be a poor community you don't know about. They could be starving and they need food immediately. Well, that matriarch heard the call and she's coming to give you a report, right? So the royal Aussie government, instituted by Queen Elizabeth, starving us out because they won't allow us to plant our original crops, right? That'll be her grievance. So when all of it is over, the mothers will say, give food relief to these people. Take clothes to these people. This is what's going to happen in Haiti when they do the Oshun ritual. All hostile forces is going to automatically turn on a dime and start offering relief efforts. But the men in Haiti is going to say, y'all can bring it, but we'll take care of our own. We can't trust you outsiders no more. But y'all can bring the supplies. We'll divvy them out. We'll organize our people. That's what's going to happen in Haiti. Yeah. And it's going to be contagious.
I can feel it growing anyway, like everywhere. So, and this is, you know, in me, there is no other option.
Yep. This is the close of the age, and yep, y'all just got to get y'all shit back now. I'm just trying to coach you along the way, tell you if you need anything, if you need any information on the tribal structures and the tribals, hey, holler at me. We'll go over it.
No, well.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I just appreciate you, Rod. Love you. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I couldn't believe you tapped in. I was just like, oh, you know, he's got probably about 100. He'll sort through the list of bam, it was coming up. I just ran.
Oh, by the way, y'all not down under. Y'all not down under. Y'all up top.
I can't hardly hear you. Something's going on with my phone.
You know how they call Australia the land down under?
Mm-hmm.
It's the land up top. Mm-hmm. South is up, north is down.
Mm. And now it's called Ayers Rock, Uluru or whatever. It's the umbilical of the planet. That's where all of that energy goes, and so that's why our people got annihilated, because they knew what we had here. But the thing is, we're still here, and
we baby kids. We baby kids. We don't die. We multiply. The harder they stepped on us, the more we grew.
So low, I can't even hear it. The volume is something going on. They're trying to mess with me. They don't want me to talk to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you drop out. I'm gonna take another caller in, okay, sweetie?
Thank you, Rod.
You're welcome.
Chief,
Chief,
how you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just chiefing, my man. I just want to send my gratitude to you, and man, thank you for everything, my brother. Oh, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, man. I'm in the finish line, you know, just waiting, Yes, sir. Yeah, like you said, you made it so clear when you said the Enlil and the Inky children, man. It made so much sense. You know, it's us. You know, so I just look at the frequency of people's heart,
we
and
can't
I'm just move like that.
We can't look at people by skin color no more, because ain't nobody what they seem to be.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you, that's why you said every group is infiltrated. You know, so I just stand alone and be the change I want to see, and hey, move like that, move accordingly, with integrity and respect. You know, for everybody.
If a person got a good heart, that's a person with a good heart. No matter what they look like.
Yes, sir.
But a rotten motherfucker, he gonna be a rotten motherfucker, no matter what he look like.
Yeah, those are the ones always sick, always angry.
I don't know, because I'm always
been through
angry,
it.
so I don't think that's.
That's passion. That's passion. This is different.
Well, that's because I controlled it and turned it into a useful mechanism.
Yes, sir. And I can tell that shadow work. You know how you react and how you treat people. You don't get, go over the top. You don't argue. You say, "Hey, you're right." You know, whatever they say, believe what you want to believe. But we know the truth. The truth don't need a crutch. So yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I'm finna roll me up another one. And I just want to, send my gratitude to you. Yeah, man,
So,
I watch on
so
all channels.
we gonna get
You know,
this
y'all
shit
send cash
right
out.
sooner, goddamn later.
Yeah, we're in a win-win situation, man. I'm just sitting here enjoying. You know, I don't work, I don't pay no bills, I ain't worried about none of this. It's mine already. You know, loving it, man. But I appreciate you.
Yep,
And, you know,
I
and
appreciate you
thank
too,
you.
bro. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
One love. Yeah.
One love, my brother. Thank you. See you later.
Yo, 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 what it do, God? I can't hear you. What's going on with you? Where you chiming in from?
Jersey.
Jersey in the
Jersey.
house.
Yup,
That's
yup, yup. Central
that's the
Jersey, South Jersey.
that's the South Shakur land over there.
Bet, bet. Yeah, that's what I was getting into today, actually. I was
Hmm
um I was
I can't
looking
wait
up.
to see her.
What was that?
I said I can't wait till she get home.
Right, right. I got some studying to do, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta learn all my peoples and whatnot. But yeah, I was just getting into the last names and whatnot.
Hmm
Rereading all that stuff, yeah. Cause
A lot of them don't mean what they tell us they mean.
mm, yeah, all right, so deep as to, like, I don't know, you put the last name, which is like tracing bloodlines and stuff like that, with like the first name, that'll give you like a nice little decoding of your name and all that stuff. And then figuring out from there. That's interesting. And then I heard something about the harmonics of a name matters as well.
Right, because it's a sound vibration that's tuning your frequency to.
Hmm.
This is why your real name is your nickname,
Right, right.
right? We give each
Hmm.
other nicknames to identify the person by his character, right? Or
Okay.
something, or event, something funny they did, right?
Right.
Or somebody might crack a joke and the joke is so realistic that the joke become his nickname.
Word. Well, being my name is Joe or whatnot. JoJo would be my nickname, and that wasn't the greatest, like Mojo JoJo and all that fun stuff. Whatever. Okay, that's like my mom or my cousin or some shit. But yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking of like my own names and all that stuff because I've heard of, I forget, I think the Lioness Den, she posted a video today, and that breakdown was like, that's where I got the harmonics and all that stuff. And I was already thinking like, I've been along the Delaware here, and then I did do some traveling in Europe, and I got stationed in Spain, and that's like the bull. So like El Rio Toro, right? That's some shit. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Rio Toro, that's the Royal Bull.
Word, word. Okay, I'll take that. I was Rio. I knew it was like river. It's like along the river in the bull. You
Yeah,
said the royal.
it's so it got a dual meaning.
Okay. Bet. Hold up. Yeah, I got a little mess, but I don't know. It's some interesting times. So yeah, I kind of started like drawing or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like I don't know. I think we live in the craziest times. I'm still kind of like letting stuff settle and all that stuff. I'm trying to figure out how fast things are exactly going to move, you know? Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. I smoked and all that shit, but I do have a head full of shit, which I'm a Gemini too.
Then
So,
y'all be thinking deeply.
what was that?
Y'all be thinking deeply with a whole lot of emotion.
Right. Literally everything at once. Everything at once. I mean, shit's interesting. So a question that I have, a question that I have, would be the East Coast, right? Am I looking at like a year, 2 years, any day? Because I'm preparing for like everything, but I kind of feel like I'm catching it in the air as well. But that's at my pace, you know.
So look,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not no prophet. I can't give you no days. I could just show you what I'm seeing in real time. That's what I'm doing. Telling
Mm-hmm.
you what I'm looking at.
Right.
And then we do deductive reasoning. If we seeing all of this, what do it mean? It can only mean one thing.
Yeah. Now this is it's wild. Everything that's being like brought to your face, like I don't know. I put it like this, right? Right now, everybody's playing with the shit that's in front of them. You know what I mean? And we just had like some crazy shit. If you ask me, that was like 2020. Decoding your reality. That was some shit. It took 2020 for us to see some wild shit like that on your doorstep, where the whole world shut down and whatnot. So it's like we're all playing with the shit that we just went through, and some people are just going to be covered in shit, and then other people are going to be like, they're going to be growing shrooms and talking. You know what I mean? There's two things to do with it: be covered in shit or like really tap in. Those are your options right now. I don't know. The shit that's going on is crazy, and to keep accepting it, I don't understand. So now I'm looking into the last names and the family banks and whatnot. And yeah, that's where I'm at with it right now.
You're on the right track. Now just
Yeah,
remember,
I'm
the
getting
only
my
thing
sisters up.
the only
What was
thing
that?
you gotta remember this part here. Your family members push your rank up in the family, then they present you to the public,
Mm-hmm.
to the other chiefs in your peer group
Mm-hmm.
to examine you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And your interaction with them put you up in your community standing,
Right.
right? So what each one teach one. I tell all the chiefs, because you want to get as high as you can in the family. That means you want to reach as far through the family as you can to bring people together. So call somebody in the family you ain't never talked to before or you haven't talked to in a really long time and just have a conversation with them for 10, 15 minutes.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I understand that part. You know what I mean? Family is the foundation. That's how I'm getting it right now. Family's the foundation. If you want to tap into it, your inheritance or anything. Plus, I mean, the community, right? So yeah, I'm tracking that. I'm tracking that. Yeah. Derek Grace got the family Monopoly board game and whatnot. Build your bank, and that's what I was thinking. Getting this season or something like that. Support. Plus, I think that's the con. He said everything's in the board games,
Yeah.
so I
Board
think that's
games
the.
teach you how to do shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I think his board game is based around the family banking and whatnot. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be dope as hell. Especially something you can play with the family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I'm thinking that's what that's where we're supposed to go anyway, right? Build it back with the family. I don't know if that's yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's through life insurance or what, but there's plenty of ways to do it, I guess.
Yeah. All it is knowing what trust is, knowing who the trust holders is, knowing where your bank is. Because
Okay.
the way the money's gonna be set up, it's gonna go through family banking, decentralized banking. All of the families on the earth from the earth gonna be automatically wealthy. But the thing we gotta learn how to do now is how to keep the money from becoming useless.
Right. That's a thing as well, right? If everybody was like to stumble onto some money, I don't know. This is a weird world. I'm not too happy with what happened. You know. And then it's interesting because I feel like at this point we kind of just playing with ourselves. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but this shit's deeper than me. But you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, God. It was good talking to you. I'm gonna let somebody else come up for a minute.
All right.
All right.
Peace. Appreciate you.
Peace to the God. Next conversation.
Please. Hi, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I was listening. I'm painting right now.
Where you
I'm
chiming
working.
in? Where you calling from?
Los Angeles.
LA in the house,
Yeah.
West Coast.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. What's on your mind?
No, I was just I was just speaking about how sometimes when you talk about wealth, sometimes we want to attain it to ourselves, but we don't understand how we can share it. I know I was in a mode right now, but then when when you came on, um, yeah, I was because sometimes when we think about wealth, we think about it as our bank account or how we have it to ourselves. But for me, wealth is my creativity, obviously. So
That's true
that's
wealth.
wealth for me. Yeah.
That comes from the wealth in the spirit,
Mm.
right? To be able to express yourself artistically
Mm.
is giving the universe gratitude for giving you creativity.
Yeah.
The very act of performing your art, well, no matter what your art is, some people's art is actually science. But when you're doing your art, it's like you telling the universe gratitude, and
Mm.
gratitude changes everything.
Mm.
Artists used to come from hard, dark places, and then they become the center of a society when they become an accomplished artist,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
that they given the beauty of life in a different form to the people. Look at there.
Yeah. It's supposed to be an eye. And I wanted to make it look like an eye with a flower, but then it kind of looks like a turtle. Like you know that book where it was like the colorful fish with the rainbow.
The rainbow fish?
Yeah, the rainbow fish.
And you wouldn't give away his scales?
Yeah, it's like that.
Mm-hmm. That's dope.
Yeah.
It also looks like a sunflower too.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I wanted the whole eye to kind of like be like a flower,
Mm-hmm.
and then this side is the earth, but I'm still working on this side, and then I wanted to be space,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still working on it.
Well, you're doing pretty good if you ask me.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of like my staple, the eyes with the planets and stuff.
Yeah. So that's one of the great pleasures of life when you gotta can create.
Hmm.
Is to put you in a certain energy frequency.
And then it's like kind of like yeah, like I feel like more of a I touch into more of my child like energy even now being a mom and then able to play with my art or paint or my like color pencils and stuff like that, you know. And then
Do the do the other mothers around you think you extra patient with your children?
they think I'm impatient. Yeah.
That's kind of opposite for artists
Yeah.
because the art normally teaches you patience slowly,
Mm-hmm.
and you end up developing it, and you don't even realize that you have it till somebody pointed out.
Yeah. I'm actually I think I'm teaching my mom and my sister at the same time how to parent as I'm parenting. Like we're all learning together at the same time, you know. So sometimes I think I might know more. And then my mom would teach me something, or you know, it's like every like we all learn from each other. So as
Well, we
much as
didn't come with no rule book.
mm,
We didn't come with no book to say this is how to be a good mom.
yeah, yeah.
We got to learn that from watching good mothers. Good fathers learn how to be a good father from watching a good mother
Mm,
because he can see the side of the child to balance it out that the mother is not as effective on, and he caters to that.
yeah.
Right. So he watched a good mother. He know how to be a good father by complimenting what she's doing. When she tell the child he can't have no cookies, and he come in there, dad can have a cookie. What your mama say? Oh God
Yeah.
damn. Right,
Yeah, that's
because it's a team effort to raise children. It's really a big ass team called the village. But we got out of that because the outsiders gave us adopted children that's not from the same yoke we from. And our
yeah.
people didn't like people bringing them bastards around them, and it causes dissension. In fact,
Mm,
switching them out in the hospital.
yeah.
That's why you do everything friendly
Mm,
instead of taking the baby.
yeah. No, that's why my birth, when I had my son, like I made sure I had a birth plan. I talked to a doula, so like my birth experience was like tremendously different from maybe my previous um, family, and I was able to I was able to say that I did that, without taking epidural or anything like that. It was still in a hospital, but, you know, um, and I didn't understand how big of a deal that was until I already had experienced it, you know,
Mhm.
and now I feel like I want to be, like even when my youngest brother was born, I was there with my stepmom when she had when she had my brother, and I didn't consider myself a doula back then, but she wanted me to be there with
The
her.
thing we used to call doulas is like it's like an inside joke with the doulas and the physicians they work with.
Mm,
But we used to call them the mothers,
mm,
because all of
yeah,
the mothers got the doula for their mother while they going through their life.
yeah,
Because once they establish a real doula client connection, she's the child psychologist, she's relationship expert to put the pieces back together when the woman and man find themselves in disharmony. She's also a counselor, you know, to teach the woman how to restore her balance. She might give her different stuff. She might say, "Well, sweetie, you should pick up feng shui, right?
mm,
And or you should pick up the art of tea, or you should pick up tai chi." She's telling you how to get your sense of self back as a mother, so you always balance with the children. And
yeah.
this is also affects the man mitochondrial wise.
And then something that I learned that I thought was really interesting after having my son is that even though after I gave birth to him, me and him are still connected for 3 years.
But
So
yeah, y'all connected for life, actually,
yeah,
in the
no,
heart.
but womb wise,
Yeah,
like,
yes.
like I'm talking about when the body is contracting still. Afterwards, I learned that like when they say a baby. I don't know if this is something I should share, but
Mhm.
the spirit is very very like the mom and the baby bond is very prominent during that time.
Yeah, it's
So
extra strong.
yeah, so I feel like my body, like when it comes to like breastfeeding, you know what I mean, and still nurturing the baby, that time period is still like it's still time to nurture, you know. And sometimes I feel women, and as me and I take fault in that too, we still need to have our bodies ready for that time period, you know, like still being able to keep up to nurture our kids after birth and not just reverting to formula or you know what I mean. And it's I'm not, and that's something that I want. Like even when I have my next child, like there's many things that I saw myself, you know, that I want to correct.
Right. So
But yeah.
as you grow and you learn from experience,
Mm-hmm.
and then you learn from observation, from watching other. That's what how you develop your doula skills sharper and sharper. Because you're gonna end up being to a point where you can be there for people, but they don't pull on your energy. But
Mm-hmm.
that's what you're working toward,
Yeah.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's when you have your you being what they call your full power as a doula and as a woman, where you can fix shit almost on the instant.
Yeah, because even like my son's already 1 year old, and even since after his birth, I didn't take him to the doctor, you know. And my family was kind of like getting on me, like you should take him. He needs to get his shots and all this other stuff. But I wanted to trust in my ancestral, um, like that doula aspect of myself, you know, where I can be like I'm a mom, so I know how to take care of my son. I know how, but if he's feeling a certain way, I know what herbs or teas or even steams to do. So where if he's feeling congested, I don't have, you know,
But
and
we only been taking babies to the doctor since the
yeah,
70s. We ain't believing that shit.
yeah,
Mothers
yeah,
used to take care of their own babies.
hmm, yeah. And I feel very proud of that I've stood my ground, you know, so far in doing that. And yeah, my son is he's asleep right now, but yeah, I'm very proud of him.
Somebody asked me if a doula and a medium was the same thing. A doula can be a medium,
Quick.
but a medium is not necessarily a doula. A medium is just somebody who can communicate with people on the earth what they pick up in the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
A doula is a if you study the Star priestesses of Egypt, you'll understand what a doula is. But they like the woman that aids the women of the community in staying more as effective as they can possibly be as a mother. So she started off being with a midwife for the purpose of delivering children. But as she develops as a doula, she ended up becoming a child psychologist, a relationship coach for her clients. She ended up developing into like a mother for the mothers that she's built this bond with. I mean, like the doula, all that shit your OBGYN be doing, the doulas can get the same information without being as invasive using the women's understanding of the yoni. And the intimate part of exposing that part of the woman's body to her doula, that builds up a trust bond that she can't match nowhere else.
Mm-hmm.
They're the most underrated of all of the ancient priestesses.
Yeah, and that's something that I wanted to, just especially in my community. Like I know I don't know in other places, but I want doulas to be more accessible. You know,
Yeah.
for
By the way, some people been asking me
yeah,
about doulas. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna open up another Instagram doula page, and all of the doulas are I'll just as they send me their card, I take a picture and post it so that everybody know where the local doula at around them.
yeah, and then even for me to apprentice under someone else, like, because even though I'm the oldest of my siblings, and even though I experienced my birth and whatever, but I would still want to learn with other people before I become a full doula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm once we get our shit back in order and I can go on and stop doing this social media parade,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open the doula center,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be where all of the doulas can come and trade information and teach new doulas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Well, thank you.
also gonna be attached to a rites of passage program for children,
Mm-hmm.
and the father's gonna have to form into a club, and the mother's gonna form into a club, and we teach the children by doing stuff with them, hands on, everything hands on, right? So if he wanted to teach him something about cars, you let him go with the uncle that work on cars for the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. My son just with it.
Hmm.
But I probably will join with you guys again later.
Okay, thank you, sweetie, for calling in.
Guys.
Big Dog.
Yo, man, can you see me?
Yep,
What's up?
barely. I
Man,
see
I'm
your
in the car.
silhouette.
That's why I was driving. What's up, huh? How you
Okay,
feeling?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Man, I'm smooth, man. I'm smooth. I'm glad to be chopping it up with you. I didn't even think I was finna get through. I was
Yeah,
finna go holler at my real quick.
yep. Where you
Yeah.
chiming in from?
Shit, I'm originally from Detroit, but I'm in Oakland right now.
Oh, Oakland, California. That's 2 knocks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
you come in with the Ali crown.
man, hey, man, trying to keep my heart lighter than a feather.
Hmm. I had a knock you was coming. Mama told me you was coming.
Hey, man, you know what's so crazy is, you feel me? Like, I've been paying attention to a lot of the stuff you've been saying for a cool little minute, like, and I ain't never really got to chop it up with you, but you have gave me because I know I was one of them niggas who was asking them paragraph long ass questions. You feel me? But I remember I was telling you about I had sent you the picture of them eagles. It was the golden eagle I had seen. I came across, and I always be having the most random experiences with animals, even when I be like I drive on nights, overnight, and I be delivering fuel for this little fueling company. And every time I'm at work, I always see deers, I see hella raccoons, I see hella owls, I seen a pack of wolves, or it was a pack of dogs, but it was like 4 or 5 dogs, but they looked like wolves. I
Did
was
they
in
invited
downtown,
you in? Where was you at?
in Richmond, California.
Hmm.
But I always see animals at the most random places. Like I remember I was in a park, um, like down the street from my mom's house, and I was meditating on this tree. And I got up to walk around, and there was a big ass bull constructor. Like it was like this in the middle of the park, like big as fuck.
Hmm.
And I be having random ass experiences like that. Like I was at Mount Shasta one time. It was earlier this year, probably a couple of months ago, and I saw a black wolf out my window. Like I'm always seeing animals, you feel me, like random, like random animals.
And what your instincts tell you that mean?
Man, okay, so what I'm thinking, honestly, what my gut feel is that I got a lot of ties, you feel me, in my bloodline with shamanism. But I don't know either that or with voodoo. And I know I've been trying to tap more into, you feel me, learning about voodoo. But I know shamanism, you feel me, is a lot, because even when I was talking to, I remember I had asked you, I think it was like last week, about it was a girl who came on your live, and she was talking about somebody who was helping with genealogy, Linda Bay, and I had ended up chopping it up with her, and she was helping me find a lot of my people. You feel me? Like and it was something that had came across on my dad's side. We had, I think it was my 9th or my 10th generation grandmother was the sister of Pocahontas, you know, and
Nine's
it
your
was.
cousin, nigga.
You say, huh?
I'm saying Nine's your cousin.
Nah, my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's who?